in, everyone. I am Jerk, and this is the big show. How's everybody doing on this lovely day? I myself am doing pretty good here in sunny Los Angeles. Maybe that's because I potentially have some real-life freelance work, or more likely, it's that today is the day. No, not Nudie Magazine Day, but the conditioner to Nudie Magazine Day shampoo. It's Booze Delivery Day. That's right, we got a 6-pack delivered of some fine French beer, but I don't dare serve that to today's guest or they'd lift their kilt and give me the what for. So I also ordered a bottle of the Glen Grant 12-year single malt scotch, as nobody will be upset with that. Now, we were originally supposed to have this guest on last week, but they were tossed like a caber, but they're here now. So let's bring them out with a nice warm applause. The Spanish Inquisition of radar ships and the Craig Ferguson of cruisers. Give it up for Edinburgh. Now, we haven't seen this ship in about 2 months, and I wish I could say the same about this map, but I'm seeing it so much now that I'm beginning to appreciate the irony of it having Tears in the title. And while many call this map Tears of the Cruisers due to the relative lack of cover, when you're in a radar Edinburgh, you might as well be Dr. Emil Schaffhausen III. Because you're going to be bringing tears of joy to everybody. At least this Kagero is sitting here taking it like an adult and accepting their fate instead of getting into smoke. Unless... Oh, that's right. The old torpedo reload booster option. You don't see that too often, but I actually run it on my Kagero as well. Not that you'd ever know, since I only take that ship out as often as Glenn Close wins an Oscar. It actually would have been nice had they dropped smoke because I could have got into it for this cap, but I'll just keep pushing forward. And this little push I'm doing is something I almost always do with brawling cruisers. Now, I wouldn't say Edinburgh is a brawler like the Hipper or the Prinz Eugen, where if you let them get to one of these islands, you may as well turn around and go to the opposite corner because you'll never dig them out. But the Edinburgh is still pretty capable so long as you can control the direction of incoming fire, which is why you saw me point my nose towards the majority of the red ships back there. Now, before I forget, let me get the old cast and crew up on the big screen and I can show you what we're working with here. As mentioned, I'm also using the radar option for this ship because y'all know me. I'm not one to stay in the back 40 and let the game go fallow. So while the battleships and cruisers behind me clutch their pearls in terror, I'm going to finish this cap and trudge on, because I'm looking at this like Honey Bunny, and I'm going to kill every last one of them. I hope that plane stays up there so everybody on it can get a good view of what's about to happen. The trick to brawling in the Edinburgh is really only two things. Keep your bow pointed to the AP threat, and if a battleship should switch to HE, time your turn into their reloads and get the heck out of there. That's really about it. And conversely, if you're going up against one, you need to 1. Not sit in the exact same spot as your teammate, allowing the Edinburgh to bow tank you both at the same time, as I'm always preaching. And 2, use the right ammo type, which I am also always preaching. So while it may look like I'm gonna get this sorry, my teammates are going to yoink this from safely behind the island. Behind the island? Are you kidding me? That's fine. I will be getting my yoink in return later. And now I've just got to deal with this King George, who is conveniently reversing, so I can get my torps out. And this could very easily be the end of me. I am going to take a very big hit from this King George, but it's going to be HE. And as such, I'm going to say that's not a bad trade. I'll give up that much that I can heal back and I take them out because I'm here to have fun. And wrecking camping fools is fun. I just realized that made me sound a lot like Jason Voorhees.
Problem solved, sir.
Alright, so I've got 2 out of the 3 ships sunk, and I'm deciding what I'm going to do here. Now, originally, I was planning on heading over to B, but since our friendly New Orleans says they're going to head over there, I figure I might as well head back to C, especially since a destroyer was last spotted there, and I have radar. Not to mention, getting a destroyer sunk would pretty much guarantee a Kraken. And throw in a dash of the fact that all those red guys are bunched up at D, and that is definitely a recipe for a Kraken. And now we get to enjoy that thing that happens every single time on this map. You clear out your side, and then you have to trudge all the way across the map. I'm sure Ouija tracks all the ship movement, so I wonder how hard it would be to adjust the spawns to prevent this from happening. Don't get me wrong. The spawns on here aren't awful. It's just the player movement that is bad. So I'm not sure how you fix that. If you want to see awful spawns, take a look at Sleeping Giant. Now those need adjusted. Maybe shifting the center spawn and the one closest to the ring and moving them 2 squares further away from the other might help? I don't know. Oh, shoot! There's that destroyer I've been looking for. And now we will witness what can only comically be referred to as me missing shots incessantly over and over and over. It's almost like the more that I want to sink this ship, because I know this will pretty much guarantee the Kraken, the more likely that my shells will not hit it. And you can see it. This guy is just bobbing and weaving. The whole team is shooting at him, and I'm not sure what's got him spotted, but I don't care. I just keep firing, and I'm thinking this shot is definitely going to do it, right? No. Alright, let's try this one more and lead a little bit. Please. I just wanted to shoot at him where I wouldn't be spotted by the rest of their team. Alright, we got it. So that's going to give us our third. And now look at how the red team's all grouped up. This is perfect. This is exactly what I need in this ship. My plan is to drop spot, get in a turn, drop torps into that channel right there, and then start blasting away again. And look at this. Somebody hits that Massachusetts right when I fire. And I'm going to get that yoink. See, the circle of life continues. And that makes 4. And since I have some distance now, I can turn back in and get my bow pointed towards them and do what I do best, which is to close the distance unspotted and then surprise them with a torpedo sandwich. Do you guys see what I see? I spy with my little eye that a Vladivostok is going one way around an island, and that the Scharnhorst is going to go on the other side. Pretty convenient that I have torpedoes on both sides. And this is the very reason I prefer a stealth build on my Edinburgh. I want to be able to get as close as possible before they see me. And the further away I am, the more likely shells can plunge through my deck. But up close, not a care in the world, so long as you time things right. And this is always the tricky part here. It's difficult when you're trying to torp from far away, because obviously that gives them more time to change their course at all, in which case your torps will miss. So what I'm trying to do here is just get as close as possible where I can still get a turn in and not be spotted. The Edinburgh, it doesn't have the best torp angles. It's not the Prinz Eugen or the Hipper. And so you really have to be careful when you do that. And that's where, when you see me brawling against a battleship, it's always timing that in between salvos. And you're going to see what happens if you don't time that properly very soon. The Scharnhorst has got me focused. I know this. But I'm trying to get I'm hoping that they're going to take their shot so I can get my turn in, but I can't wait any longer, and there is a very big hit. But 1, 2, 3 torps into the Vladivostok for Kraken 202 in the Edinburgh. But we're not done. Let's get that 6-pack. Maybe we can get a jackpot. So how'd that Scharnhorst forget that I was just there? I don't know. Maybe there's just not enough time to turn and dodge, but let's give a coy look over the shoulder. I know we're not supposed to watch ships get sunk, but there you go. So 6-pack. Let's get the jackpot. I feel like it's been a while, but what do you know? A goddamn Wichita. And are you shocked that they're just sitting back while the rest of their team is sunk? I know I'm not. And are you shocked that they are going to kite away because they don't know how to play the game? Not me. And will you be surprised to learn that maybe I am so bitter because this dumb ship sinks me because Wichita players don't play to win, they just play to run? Well, I wouldn't be. I mean, maybe it's the right move, but it's also the weak move. The game is lost. They are not going to get away, so why not just come forward and take your whippings? I'm so close to getting the jackpot here, too. Derp. So we'll just have to be happy with 6 and happy to watch them be sunk there. Alright, let's bring up the scoreboard. 3,260 XP and 6 ships sunk for a very good game. Cannot be upset about that. Not a bad game by our top 4 or their top 4, and no doubt the Wichita will be posting on Reddit the scoreboard with some title like, I tried my best. Alright, this wraps it up for this episode. Questions, comments, curses for Wichitas, leave them below. Like this video if you are an aficionado of excellent taste and keep a radar on your Edinburgh. Dislike if you sold it because you heard you could buy a Wichita with the silver. And if you haven't considered sponsoring the children, all it takes is one subscribe button today. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll get back out there and we will talk soon.